Every day millions of people all over the world play slot machines in casinos. Playing the slots is one of my favorite forms of gambling. It's exciting, fast-paced, and always a blast. Slot machines are easy to learn how to play. That's why I search them out in every casino I go to. That and where else can you place a bet for a nickel? Who needs pocket change when there's $1 million jackpot waiting to be won? Budget your money before gambling. It's important that you set aside exactly how much money you want to gamble with. This will determine how much money you can spend at the casino. This is something that should be done even before you enter the casino. I know from first-hand experience how difficult it can be to walk away from a machine. Discipline is key when it comes to gambling. Without it, you'll never hit that big jackpot you've been dreaming about. To determine how much I can spend at the casino, I factor in many things. The first thing I take into consideration is when was the last time I ate. Eating every day is highly overrated. You can go a few days without eating as long as you're fully hydrated. Always keep an eye out for free sources of tap water that you can fill up on. A meal of water will keep you from wanting food. That stuff costs money and you need all of it you can get for the slot machines. Most people have to take into consideration rent and utilities. I kicked both of those to the curb years ago by choosing to live out of my car. It's not as bad as it may sound. Just think of all that money you spend on things you simply don't need. Why do you need to take a shower every day? The casino bathroom has a sink and I can wash myself in it without any problems. All you need is a little freshening up before heading out to donate plasma. You're not going to a fashion shoot and never forget that. How to select the right slot machine. I spend more time in casinos than anyone you'll ever meet. There are people that have so many wacky theories when it comes to which slot machine you should play. Back in the day there may have been some truth to it all. Every slot machine is computerized and it's impossible to know which one will pay out. You can't tilt or bang the machine to make it drop out a bunch of coins. There's nothing you can do physically that will make the machine spit out coin after coin. With all this said, there is one way to tell if a machine is going to hit or not. I don't like telling this since it very well blow my chances of hitting it big. You want to walk around the casino and get familiar with not just the slot machines. You also want to look at the people playing those slot machines. Do you see someone that looks extremely depressed? Someone that looks like they're on their last leg and about to cave in physically and emotionally? If so, that's the person you want to keep an eye on. They're on their way out and it's only a matter of time before they realize it. Players like these are easy to spot and you've got to train your eye to catch them. The reason you want to find these players is quite simple. A player that looks like they've given all they had to the slot machine has done just that. What you're seeing is the look of pure desperation. All they have left is a few coins and the hope is that the machine will give them back something. Before they were hoping for a big win that would put a smile on their face. Now all they can think about is winning enough to play another spin. They want a free spin in hopes of something bigger happening. Deep down inside they know this isn't going to happen. It's only a matter of time before they come to terms with it and step away from the slot machine. Be patient and wait for the player to leave. Do you stand a better chance of winning after someone has dumped their entire paycheck into the machine? Common wisdom would say yes. A machine full of coins is more than likely to pay out. Does that mean you're going to hit it big? No. A machine doesn't have to pay you anything. I've seen dry spells that would make a desert seem juicy. They exist and nothing will ever get you over the hump of experiencing one. It's time to win some cash. Many people think that there's a certain way that you should play a slot machine to win. I've even seen some people talk to the machine. None of that stuff works. Believe me, I've tried it all. I've done the heavy petting while whispering sweet nothings to the machine. All it did was make me look like a freak to the granny that was sitting next to me. I couldn't tell if she was disgusted by my soft words of love or perhaps she had eaten a bad tuna fish sandwich from the buffet. Needless to say, Talking and massaging won't do a thing to make a slot machine spill out its precious coins. I find stretching my money as long as it will go works best. It also gives me a place to stay when I don't feel like going back to my car. It may have all the luxuries of home, but at the end of the day, it's still a car. I think of myself as being much like a turtle. My home goes with me wherever I go. That doesn't mean that I don't get sick and tired of the place. I am hoping to win one of those brand new cars that the casinos keep offering. There's nothing I'd love more than sleeping on leather seats. I'd feel like a homeless rock star then and not just a gambler without a house. Bet the minimum each time. You don't want to go blowing your whole wad with one spin. Many players think this somehow increases their odds of winning. All it does is increase the likelihood that you'll walk out the door flat broke and totally consumed with depression. Don't push any of the buttons or try to make the wheels stop faster. This isn't a race and you've got to pace yourself. Every second counts and you don't want to fly through your money too fast. The goal should always be to get as many spins as possible for the money you have. The more spins, the more likely that you're going to win eventually. You have to play to win. You can't play if you don't have a shiny coin to make those wheels spin around. Pace yourself and never let your eye off of the jackpot prize. Keep your focus on it with each and every coin you put in the slot. Doing so will allow you to feel and enjoy the entire winning process. How to keep your machine occupied until more money arrives. As you read earlier, it's important to scope out the machines before playing. What happens if you end up being the washed-up loser with no coins to feed the machine? You're going to have to at the very least look like you're playing in order to keep your seat. The casino won't allow you to sit there forever without feeding the machine coins. I know, I've tried to spend many a night next to my beloved machine that was about to spurt out coins any second, only to be forced to leave. You'll want to take my advice and slow your roll down. Keep some coins on hand for when you know you're about to go broke. This will ensure that you're able to at least play the machine until more money arrives. No one is going to say anything if you're feeding the machine with a coin every few minutes. You can even pretend to act tired and they'll just think you don't have the energy to spin more often. If you're like me and lack iron in your diet from not eating, you don't have to act tired. It's already a part of your personality that no one can miss. While you slow everything down to a snail's pace, you'll want to send messages out to every social networking site out there. You need to network online when you're not gambling in the casino. This will give you a bigger pool to borrow money from. You don't want to sound too desperate. You may also want to avoid telling them that you need the money to feed the slot machine. Sure, you know the machine is due to pay out any minute, but they may not agree. You're not going to want to go the social networking route too often. By doing so you'll end up creating a timeline of when you begged for money. People will eventually connect the dots and cut you off at some point. You can always make an emotional plea to anyone with an ear and a phone number. Most people won't understand your gut feeling. You know that machine is going to pay off. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Grasping that concept is something most people simply can't do. They live in homes with stuff called food in their refrigerator. These people haven't given gambling their whole life. We have. A house with a butler is on the horizon. The only thing that keeps us from having it is a big win. Who needs regular dental checkups and proper nutrition when millions upon millions can be won on a spin of a slot machine wheel? The walk of shame. We've all done it. If you can't get any more money, then it's time for that world-famous walk. It starts off by looking at the ground. You don't want to see anyone or anything at this point. All you want to do is leave the casino without bursting into tears. You knew for sure this was going to be your big day. You even spent your child support money trying to hit big. It looks like little Johnny will have to wait until next week to get his braces. He'll just have to get used to the kids at school making fun of his buck teeth. There's always a bright side to everything. Those buck teeth of his make for a great can opener. Too bad oil cans aren't big and metal. Johnny could have made a little money on the side opening them at the filling station for people. Not quitting isn't a sign of a gambling addiction. You know better than anyone else that someday you're going to hit the jackpot. Real people win, and that's what you have to tell the naysayers. Winning takes dedication, and you've got that. I do too, and that's why I know I'm going to be a winner. They said I'm allowed to donate plasma once I have feeling again in my left leg. When I can, I'll be back at the slot machine getting one spin closer to the financial freedom that I dream about.